Hey, Andrew.
Hey, what's up?
Can you explain hyperpop and make some recommendations?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Great, do that. That's a
All right,
challenge
wicked.
here.
Yeah, and Max, check your Twitter DMs.
Sick.
And then, Ian, I'm going
They
to
move
ask you,
fast.
when Andrew's done, I'm going to ask you for some illegal charcuterie techniques.
All right.
Not just forbidden.
Illegal. Yeah, if it's all right with everybody, I'm just going to stay down here.
Yeah, do that.
Hyperpop. Okay. The idea behind hyperpop for a lot of it is that it is a lot of production techniques and kind of things that you would do normally during pop music. Like it's produced in the same way that pop music is. It's composed in a lot of that way, but then they crank various things up to just somewhere beyond 11. So it has a lot of influences. Like it's influenced by ska. It's influenced by pop punk and emo. It's influenced by a lot of like gabber hardcore stuff. Like it's kind of a whole lot of different things all kind of going together. So it's kind of a broad spectrum in a certain way. They've reached the stage where there's now debate about what is and what isn't hyperpop. And
Oh, good. That's always a fun conversation.
yeah, no, just whatever. It sounds like this. Yep.
Not Decapop?
This is Food House, which is composed of Guppy and Fraxium. Their album is an absolute banger, start to finish. Ben has gotten into them lately, so we've been really connecting on that one. Yeah. Highly recommend. A lot of it is also affected by like the PC music scene with A.G. Cook and Sophie, of course, who we lost way too soon, unfortunately, and a bunch of other folks from that era. Charlie XCX is probably the name that most people recognize as a more traditional pop artist who's gotten connected with a lot of folks in the hyperpop scene. Producers like A.G. Cook again, Amru, a whole bunch of other folks. I would say that Food House album is a good entry point. Very much so. Most people know 100 Gex, who are working on a new album. The stuff that I've seen from the tour is I'm very excited about.
Most people know, on average, 100 gags.
Yeah, yeah. Corvus correctly points out Rebecca Black.
It's true, actually.
Because Rebecca Black has shown up in the hyperpop scene now. Not necessarily all of her stuff is hyperpop, but she's definitely got some influences, and she's definitely a fan there. For me, I would say who I've been listening to a lot lately is there's an artist called Glaive, Glaive, who released an EP called All Dogs Go to Heaven this summer, and I have had that on absolute infinite repeat since it came out. So far, it's my album of the year. Glaive also released another album with Eric Doa, who is also fantastic. I would recommend Glitchgum. I would recommend CM10. Most people know CM10 for having done a track that popped off on TikTok.
Oh.
Called Never Met. I think it's specifically the 100 Gex remix of Never Met. But CM10 is definitely worth your time.
Probably know it if I heard it.
You would definitely know it if you heard it. I'll see if I can track it down for you at some point. So yeah, like it's a pretty broad genre. There's a lot of different artists. Foley is another one, Folie, that I'm a big fan of.
Lady Linsington doing exactly what I was doing when you talked about Glaive.
Which
To glaive.
to Glaive.
No, he didn't say love. He said
Liar!
glaive. To glaive.
Yep. Yeah, so
Right.
I would say if you're looking for somewhere to start, pick any one of those bands on YouTube, like click around in one of those stations, or honestly, the Spotify Hyperpop playlist is actually pretty good and regularly refreshed. The impression that I have is that it's run by someone within the company who loves the genre, so it's generally pretty good stuff, pretty fresh. God, there's just tons and tons of good stuff. It's a music genre that started kind of a while back. Actually, if you remember the on previous Desert Buses, I've talked about going to those Minecraft music festivals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of those was 100 Gex' first ever show together.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah, like that's where that came out of originally. Like Laura Les and Dylan Brady did a EP back in, I want to say 2015, and then kind of dropped the project and then got back into it via, I can't remember if it was Square Garden or Coachella. Or it was one of those Minecraft music festivals. Was the very first 100 Gex show together.
Coachella.
Yeah, they all had Minecraft themes.
That's good.
Yeah. So I would say start there, or take a look at the artists on the Doghouse Records label, which is the 100 Gex record label. See if there's anything that speaks to you there.
Sweet.
It is an acquired taste. My partners do occasionally describe it as like Alvin and the Chipmunks accompanied by tin cans and a dryer. And they're not wrong, but I love it. It's so perfect.
yeah.
Cool.
Like
Yeah.
I'd never heard of Hunger Gex, and so I looked them up after you
Yeah.
submitted your pun name
yeah.
for yesterday, and landed on Money Machine, of course, and
Yeah.
just like thrashing your head in front of a truck while
Yes.
carrying a can of Monster and talking about how
Yeah.
you're gonna smoke someone like a cigarette,
Yeah.
like because they
Like
have
it's-
thin arms.
Yeah.
Like
No,
it's just like aggressive and chipmunky and
Yeah, and like they perform in wizard outfits as seen in the chat kind of thing.
so silly. It's
Like
lovely.
It's just have fun. I'll try and take a look at my list tonight, and I'll see if I'm seeing a couple of people saying like they find the speed or stuff of like 100 Gex really inaccessible. I'll see if I can find some more chill stuff for folks, but it does tend to be a pretty fast and upbeat genre. Like it's definitely designed to be listened to at a loud volume.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.